This episode of Tekzilla is brought to you by Domain.com. Sean's got a question about getting VoIP to get some free phone call action. He says, hey team, I was hoping I could get some advice. My Verizon Galaxy S3 died a few weeks ago. My contract isn't up until December, so a friend lent me his Galaxy Nexus. Through frustration, I started an experiment. I bought a Moto G LTE and got the $30 T-Mobile plan. I have a Google Voice number and I want to use it as a VoIP number. I did some searching on the internet, but everything seems out of date. How can I use my unlimited data and Wi-Fi to make all my calls? If I can get this to work before December, I might be able to ditch Big Red. Thanks, Sean. Here to talk about the trials and tribulations of free VoIP calling is our producer and bargain hunter at large, Michael Hand.
I'm a very cheap person.
I wouldn't, well, maybe.
I would put it that way. Yeah, I've actually been using that T-Mobile $30 a month plan for about 2 years, and before that I did Wi-Fi calling only, so I had no plan at all. My family absolutely hated it because there was no way of getting a hold of me.
But you had total management over when you communicated.
Exactly, and I always had a reason. My voicemail at the time was like, hey, I'm probably not connected to Wi-Fi, I'll call you when I get the message.
Before we get too far into this, we should probably give a quick explanation of Google Voice. Basically, you sign up, you get a free phone number, and then you give that phone number out. When people call, Google will ring all of your associated numbers. It's really nice if you switch phones a whole lot, between like a home office, an office, your mobile phone. It's kind of crazy. It'll just ring everything.
It's so convenient, I love it. But so, using Google Voice, it gives you a lot of flexibility on different ways to make the free calling. So originally what I did was I signed up for a free SIP number through another service, and they had free incoming calls. So there was a thing where you could do an Android application called Google Voice Callback that you would initiate the call and then Google Voice would call you back. So the SIP number thought it was an incoming number. It was pretty tricky. I felt a little bad about that because I was completely taking advantage of the service, but all those free numbers
they
are
allowed
gone
it,
now.
therefore, yeah. That business model took care of itself.
Yeah, pretty much. And then there was an era where you could use an app called things like Talkatone, or there were other services that hooked into Google's XMPP, I think.
Yeah,
service.
the XMPP was built into Google Chat.
It was Google Chat, and then Google, when they brought out Hangouts, they were like, all right, we're getting rid of this, and then they shut it down finally, I think in May of this year.
And suddenly Michael had to pay for phone calls.
You would think so. I would just not make any calls or use my work phone, and then when I was at home, I would just use my actual computer to make calls through Google Chat. But that's not a problem anymore because we were waiting and waiting and waiting for Google Hangouts to be integrated with Google Voice, and then that finally happened a few weeks ago. So now it's actually very easy to make VoIP calls using Google Voice.
So how do we get the free phone calls?
Okay, Google actually has instructions on how to set most of this up. For making calls, all you need to do is install the Hangouts dialer. This makes it so there's a dialer interface in the Hangouts app, so that's for making outgoing calls. And when you first install that, it might prompt you to merge SMS with Hangouts.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You can do it if you want. I don't like using Hangouts because I find it's harder to find the person that I'm trying to text message, so I don't have that. I'm going through Google Voice now.
Okay.
Maybe at some point they'll make it better, but at this point I wouldn't recommend it. All right, so that's making calls. Next, if you want to receive calls, make sure that you have forwarding to Google Chat enabled in the Google Voice settings. That also rings like your Gmail account whenever you have it open. And then next, go into the Hangouts app, click Settings, choose your Google account, and then select Incoming Calls, and there's just a little checkbox, and then you're all set to go. You can now make calls, receive calls, all through VoIP. So it's very possible. There's a little bit of a delay when you actually make calls, but I mean, it's free.
So it's kind of funny. So I use this if I want to, I use my regular phone, I receive phone numbers on my regular phone number, or I give people out my Google Voice number at this point if I want the free calls.
You want to give out your Google Voice number.
Okay.
So if you're switching to Google Voice, just go all out, or go all in, I guess, and just always give out that number. No one knows my real phone number because I change SIM cards sometimes.
I do.
I don't know if you do.
Did you change it again?
Yes, all the time. But it gives you the flexibility of you don't have to be tied to one phone. So just always give that out, and then that'll always give you the free SIP calls as well.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Hand giving you unlimited data calls for $30 a month, or free if you're always on Wi-Fi. When you buy a domain name from domain.com, you get the power to influence and control what people find when they search for you online. No other domain extensions tell your story with the same trust of a .com or .net domain name. .com and .net domain extensions inject credibility in your online presence, unlike some of those weird ones that have been showing up lately. I mean, seriously, don't you want to be credible online? We like domain.com because they're affordable, reliable, and easy to use. A .com domain is only $9.99 a year, and a .net is a mere $8.99 a year. Plus, the folks at domain.com gave Tekzilla an awesome offer for you. We have savings for you. Get 20% off domain.com's already affordable domain names and web hosting when you use the coupon code Tekzilla when you check out. That is 20% off. Big time savings, people. Don't forget to use that coupon code Tekzilla when you check out. And hey, when you think domain names, think domain.com.